Finances and Lifestyle Creep with Kathy Pfeffer-Hahn. Finances and, in conjunction with my company, Capital Coaching, helps people achieve their financial goals through personal, tailored, and attentive financial coaching services. Together, we will create a successful financial plan by examining your spending and saving habits, then guiding and educating you to your own personal success. Coaching services include evaluation of your spending plan, building your savings, financing for your retirement, examining your insurance needs, and planning for your individual goals. Please contact me at capitalcoaching.net to make an appointment for your free consultation. Spending creep or lifestyle creep is a real problem where you start to make more money and then you use those extra dollars to spend more, making what used to be a luxury a necessity for you. The danger is in not taking those additional dollars to save more. During COVID, we spent less, and now that we can get out and do more things again, our spending has gone up dramatically. Although we're spending more, we're not saving more. To start with, making sure that more goes into savings is easily done at your employer by choosing a percentage of your pay to go into savings each month versus a set amount. That way, as you get raises or bonuses, the amount will go up in savings without feeling like you have to change that amount with each raise. Imagine you could put 25% of your new take-home pay into savings. Of course, you can do more or less as needed, but this way, 75% would actually go towards new spending. One huge problem in spending creep is seeing something, acting impulsively, and buying. Again, as our pay increases, it's very tempting. I know of someone who received an inheritance and now spends on frivolous things because they can. They're not considering the long-term consequences. Because even if eating through that additional income isn't a worry, in other words, once it's gone, the habits of spending without a plan will be hard to break. To combat this, make a list of purchases and review this on a regular basis so that you can make conscientious choices on how to spend your money. One definition of lifestyle creep is no longer considering wants as what you'd like to get, but rather a need. This can easily knock a well-planned budget or retirement plan off track. Even those who make great financial choices can fall victim to this and replace your choices with more expensive habits. Investopedia lists some examples of spending on coffee daily, flying premium, not coach, eating out more, or eating at more expensive places. Actually, aren't all of them more expensive right now? Buying more home than you actually need to live in, replacing your car before you need to. These are all examples of hidden spending creep. As you're trying to save when you're starting out, it may seem like you need every single dollar to start a home. But by spending without a plan, will you have enough to make your home purchase a reality? Not having enough saved for a down payment means higher interest rates and larger monthly payments, or even delaying your purchase. You may get a $10,000 raise, but if you buy a new car for $20,000, you're in debt right now. This change can happen over years and years, so you may not even realize it's happening. Another temptation is once you pay off your mortgage, you'll feel like you have all this money to spend when you should be setting aside a portion for retirement. There's no reason you can't spend some of your money now that you have it, but keeping your retirement in mind should be a priority. Around half of all U.S. workers state that they can't retire because of current debt. What about you? Do you feel like you're on your way to retire without debt? Personal finance has some examples of signs that you might be falling into lifestyle creep. 1. Is your savings stagnant? Have you not grown your savings in years? You may be spending the extra money that you've brought in instead of saving it. 2. Has your spending increased in most areas of your life? Spending money because you have it is a dangerous sign if you're not saving more. 3. Have you stopped keeping a spending plan? Do you know where your money's going? Find a great app or a workbook to help you keep on top of where you are spending. My book, Finances and Your Spending Planner, may work for you, and it will be available in March. 4. Do you no longer feel in control of your finances? Do you avoid checking on your account balances? Are your credit card bills stressing you out? It sounds like your lifestyle spending may be exceeding your income. Being able to spend on special items is not what I'm talking about. It's the daily spending, even as you get more disposable income. Worrying what others have can also be the cause of this creep. It can happen automatically versus intentionally. And all of this is not limited to high earners. Any level income can fall victim to this over time, because those who have the potential of earnings growing rapidly over a long time period might fall victim to this. If you spend each time you receive a raise, you may not have put away enough to retire. Instead, consider having a weekly or monthly allowance so that as you increase your income, you'll be able to determine how much more you can spend without feeling like all of it's available to spend. This type of system also limits impulse spending. If you don't have enough money on hand, you'll need to wait till your next allowance to come. This can also limit credit card use, and that is generally a win. I personally find the internet a huge reason that people spend more. There are even TikTok made me buy it pages, and Instagram starts to send you more videos based on what you watch, and that's usually more and more expensive items. Friends, too, can cause, without meaning to, this kind of creep with new cars, vacations, and homes. Career Contessa recommends starting a purchase journal and identifies 9 lifestyle creeps and how to avoid them. One of them is purchasing clothing and shoes. Write what you want to spend and keep it in a journal and revisit it in 24 hours, or more if you can, and see if you still want it. Then she says if you do go buy it, go back in 3 months and honestly evaluate if it was worth it to you. Self-care items are the perfect TikTok temptation. Do you really believe that the $80 lotion will change your life? If you do buy it, evaluate what really made a difference and if it was worth it. Cars and transportation is an easy way to overspend because of the sheer cost of them. Is a used car available near you? Can you live with a basic model of the car that you want? Housing is another time to be logical. Keeping your dream separate from reality can be a challenge. Do you need to live in the penthouse, or is there another reasonable option available? No matter what you choose, although you may qualify for a loan of up to 30% of your income, try and keep it at 25% so that you can put more money towards savings. Vacations, eating out, and subscriptions can steal your wealth if you're not making purposeful choices. Plan out exactly what you'll spend on vacation, and be sure and include travel expenses as well. Eating on the road or in the airport or train station can derail your budget before you've even arrived. Eating out can easily be budgeted, but with food costs rising, are you really keeping that in check? Another slow leak is subscriptions. Most of them seem small, $1.99 here, $6.99 there, $12.99. It's not a lot, but when you start to spend on them over a year, it becomes $23 or $83 or $155 for the year. Credit cards can easily mislead you. If you're not tracking what account that it should come out of, then you're treating your credit card like free money, and that's silly. And finally, she says impulse items can include grabbing items at the checkout, buying when you're with those who make more money than you, and so then you're tempted to spend more, or buying to improve your mood. None of these purchases can help you reach your financial goals. Experian asks the question, do you have 5 different sets of headphones? Do you use 18 separate skincare products? Do you have a second car that you don't need? Then you have lifestyle creep. Do you question where your money is gone? Do you remember when you used to bring lunches into work and now you just eat out or order in? Well, if you start to plan for your goals, 6 months of expenses in the bank, maxing out your IRAs and 401ks, saving for that next vehicle to pay it outright, and any other goals that you want to achieve, then you can combat lifestyle creep. COVID showed us that we can cut back when spending options are taken away. Spending carefully, planning diligently, and tracking with vigilance. Experian reminds us it's our lives, not our lifestyles, that have value. This is Kathy Pfeffer-Hahn. Thanks for listening to Finances and Lifestyle Creep. I know you chose to listen, and I'm very grateful. If you enjoyed this episode, please follow or subscribe for free in your podcast provider and share your favorite episode with a friend. I'd love to have you leave a review because it brings financial education to others and it helps people find me more easily. Also, let me know what questions you'd like answered or any topics you'd like covered by going to the website at financesand.net and leaving a message. And be ready for Finances and Your Spending Plan, the workbook, coming out soon. This book will allow you to create your spending plan, find your net worth, visualize your monthly expenses, and track your variable income, prepare for your tax planning, and so much more. It will be available in March. I can't wait to provide you a place to keep track of so much of what we cover here on Finances and. You can also contact Capital Coaching for your personal financial needs at capitalcoaching.net. Finances and does not provide tax or legal advice, and nothing in this podcast is to be construed as such. Always consult a tax, accounting, or legal professional for advice on your specific situation. Remember, I went to school, so you don't have to.